world's finest.
We're Maxwell maxing. No, I went out to church last night, and then
Last night. Oh, the bar.
yeah.
Just I thought for some reason I thought the show was last night or something.
No. I went to church last night, and then got really drunk, and then I woke up today, and then I ate
Hello, 1 2 1 2.
a huge burrito.
A huge burrito, and we're cruising. Welcome to the Are You Garbage podcast. Just a new name I'm messing around with.
Whose podcast is that?
Are You Garbage?
Yeah.
Mine.
Oh, okay.
No, it's H Foley, and it's a good podcast. It's two guys. The other guy, I know his name. I just can't think of it right now. Does it sound good? Do I sound good in your cans?
Yeah, no. Do I sound good in your cans?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, good.
The headphones. I'm a big fan of the headphones.
That's the only reason that I do podcasts is that I can listen to my voice in real time.
Yeah. When I was doing it without the headphones, I was like, what's the fucking point of this?
Literally, honestly, the headphones add so much to a podcast.
Are you being serious or are you joking around?
I'm serious.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think they get me in the zone.
I'm so conceited that actually listening to my own voice is a huge part of a podcast.
Well, I only listen to one podcast. You know which one it is?
Yours?
My two podcasts.
You listen to two podcasts?
They're both mine.
It'd be funny if you were in a conversation and you were like, hey, did you listen to Taylor's new podcast this week?
Did you listen to Sober Boys this week? So they don't know it's mine. It's like, oh, whose podcast is that? Mine. Okay, we're here. Welcome to Taylor Neely's show. It's been a minute since I sat down and podcasted because I had 4 banked because I went to Austin and me and Patrick banked 4 of them. That the guy Tyler Gallant who was on, you know him?
Yeah.
Yes,
I met him in Knoxville.
Did you? He was on Kill Tony. Did I tell you that?
Mm-mm.
He was on Kill
when
Tony.
you were there?
No, this past Kill Tony.
Oh wow!
So last Monday he was on it.
And did he do well?
He did. We got on the Secret Show. He did well enough. He was on the Secret Show. I can probably. Should I tell you the guests, or is that this isn't big enough? It doesn't matter. Guess who the guests were. I guess I'll just tell you. It doesn't matter.
Kamal, the secret genius.
Yeah, you guess. Kamal, the secret genius. The Michelin tire man.
Yeah.
And just a
and a brick.
And a brick. And it was Jim Norton.
Oh, nice.
Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Tucker Carlson.
No way.
Incredible
really?
panel, right?
Holy shit.
Just because incredible for a lot of reasons. Because it's insane that Tucker Carlson would do that show.
Dude, he's making the rounds again after he got fired from Fox.
Well, he has his own media company now.
Yeah.
And he's doing what he wants. He's interviewing Vladimir Putin and the crackhead that sucked Obama's dick. So.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah. What's his name? Fuck, I forget his name, but he wrote a book about it, but it's this guy that claims he sucked Obama. He hooked up with Obama.
What?
Because Obama's gay.
And Obama's like, my fellow American.
I just got my dick sucked.
I'm gonna come.
I said I'm gonna come. But no, he said he hooked up with Obama. Whether it's true or not, honestly, I don't care. It's weird to have an opinion on if you should care if Obama
It's
had
weird
sex with men or not.
And it's also weird to have an opinion on Tucker Carlson and be like, yeah, well, he's amazing, or he's shitty.
He's just a guy.
He's a guy.
I was really paying attention to politics for a minute, and then I didn't burn myself out, but I was like, I just don't care enough.
Yeah.
I did, but now I just don't. Maybe I'll get back into it, but right now I'm not really paying attention.
It's like a Netflix series. You're like, yeah, I stopped.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know who's running for president anymore. Who is it? Just Ross Perot?
Yeah.
Ross Perot. Andrew Jackson Jr.
Andrew Jackson Jr. Yeah, JFK Jr.
Yeah. Well, kind of JFK Jr. RFK.
RFK, yeah.
That's JFK Jr. basically, right?
I've always wondered if RFK is suicidal because every family member that has been in politics has been assassinated.
Yeah, or he's just not scared of death because it's going to happen.
Yeah,
someone's going to kill him probably.
Probably the voice thing.
And this episode just got blocked on YouTube. I don't.
Dude, we got to talk about vaccines.
We got to talk about vaccines. We got to talk about Chinese
made viruses.
No. There's something else Chinese.
Food.
How fun it is to work in those factories.
Yes,
God,
the suicide net factory.
If so many people are working in the factories, it must be a good job. People must enjoy it. So welcome to my podcast. Welcome to Taylor Neely Show. Actually, AKA the Subconscious Worm Podcast. You call it that, and I kind of want to change the name to the Subconscious Worm Podcast.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually a pretty good idea. I just like that was like I just commented.
You came up with it.
Yeah, I did.
It's your idea.
It was like a passive thing. I just commented it, but
actually, I'm thinking about starting a third podcast. Do you want to be the co-host?
yeah,
Subconscious Worm Podcast.
Subconscious, where we talk about worms.
No, just this, but with you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a big commitment.
Yeah, and I mean, you seem up for it.
Do I?
Yeah, you seem up for it. So we got Jacob Jonas on the podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. Noob Assassin, especially Noob Assassin is my number one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know about him?
Yeah, you told me about him.
Noob Assassin, everyone in Atlanta knows about you. You are famous amongst my friends. Noob Assassin is just the guy that comments on not just the guy. He is the guy.
He's the guy.
He's the fan.
What does he normally comment on the videos?
You're gay.
No way, really?
No.
What does he say?
He's very supportive. The first one was like, for the first episode that caught his attention was like, I talk about him every episode now, and I don't know if he likes it or not.
But he listens to every one.
I think he loves it, yeah. And he comments every episode.
That's kind of cool to have like an anonymous account and be like, you post one comment of support and then the podcast always mentions you every time.
Yeah, because so if it's ever, I mean, if that's what it's like for me to have one fan.
Oh my God.
Imagine how Tony Danza felt.
Yeah, or imagine having 4 fans.
Imagine having 4 fans. I have to shout out 4 people every podcast. Yeah. Ugh, that's why people kill themselves. They get too big.
If you get 8 podcast listeners, you're gonna hang yourself.
It's too much like responsibility.
Too much pressure. You get like exposed with a group of 4 people.
Literally with my pants down. Have you ever been caught with your pants down?
No, I've been caught.
Okay, podcast is over.
This is exposed. Are you garbage worm podcast?
I thought I invited a man on who had been caught there with his pants down. I didn't. I thought I knew you more than this.
Do I look like somebody who's caught with their pants down?
Your penis is out right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Jacob Jonas on the podcast today. Jacob is he's Atlanta's oldest resident. You're old. Jacob's an old guy. No, Jacob is comedian, moved here. When did you move here? A year, 2 years?
Yeah, like almost 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's nuts. I remember when you first moved here, everyone was like, this guy's smelly.
I remember the first time that I met you was at Dynamic El Dorado.
Yes.
And I don't even think that we like had that much conversation before, but I went up, I think it was my first time at Dynamic, and I went up at like 1 a.m. I was like one of the last comics. And then I did the joke because I knew that you were funny because you went up before me. And so I was like, I'm trying to like know all the funny people as quick as possible. Like that. Yeah. Like I was like, I want to know the upper echelon of the scene or whatever.
Of course.
And then I did a joke where I go, you guys ever take a big poopy fart right out of your butthole? And then you laughed at it. And I was like, yes.
Of course. Because, it's not a funny joke.
No,
but
no.
it's shocking.
It's shocking.
It's shocking, and honestly, I commend your bravery.
It's pretty
brave of you.
Pretty controversial.
It's pretty controversial because shit comes out of our ass.
Shit does come out of our ass, but a lot of people are on the side where they say don't talk about that.
Yes, girls especially, like we don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's like the vaccine.
Yeah.
That's nothing compared to poop coming out of your asshole.
The vaccine is child's play.
Yeah.
Compared to the shit that comes out of my ass.
Yeah.
And is the shit that comes out of your ass the same?
Dude, dude, you know how I told you? I'm just going to talk about this. Well, okay.
Go ahead.
Noob
Assassin, we'll come back to talking about you, I swear.
Okay, yeah, whatever. I'll just go into it. I sold my farts on the internet.
Okay.
Didn't I tell you this?
No.
I think I told you. I think I told you over the phone.
You might have told me this.
I sold 7 fart videos on the internet. This is last week. Last week I sold 7 fart videos on the internet for $500
each.
No. Could you imagine $700 each or $500 each for 7 videos?
How? Where?
I talked about this on Patrick's podcast. I'm trying to get ahead of it because it'll probably come out or whatever in the future. And I also talked about it on stage.
Now the race is who can put out the clip first, me or Patrick?
Yeah, exactly.
Or me and Patrick put it out at the same time.
Well, I told Patrick, I was like, I don't really like. I talk about it on podcasts, but the guy follows me, so I'm like, I don't want to like share it.
The guy that you sold the farts to?
Yes.
What? How'd you find him?
So like back in 2021, when I was a part of Dead Room Comedy, you know, like Jeff Stonick.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Shout out Dead Room.
Shout out Jeff Stonick. Shout out Dead
Andy
Room.
Main.
Shout out Andy Main.
Especially.
We had a production company. We were like posting like a sketch a week or whatever. And then we would do like little YouTube shorts in between. So there was one YouTube short of me lighting my fart on fire.
Okay.
And then this guy he like commented and he was like, that's hilarious. Keep doing it. And then he found my Instagram and he kept DMing me to like keep posting fart videos. And it got like weirder and weirder. And so I was like, stop messaging. I was like, if you keep messaging me, I'm going to block you.
Yeah.
And then he reached out to Jeff like a week ago. And he was like, hey, is Jacob ever going to post another fart video?
Great.
Insane.
No, well, yes, insane, but also he knows what he wants.
He does know what he wants. And so he was like, hey, is Jacob going to post another fart video? And then Jeff was, to Jeff's credit, Jeff was like, oh, Jacob died 3 days ago.
Good response.
Which is funny.
Incredible response.
That is like posting misinformation about your friend's death.
In a fart-related accident.
Yeah,
he tried to light his vomit on fire.
It just went right back up into his asshole and then exploded his stomach. But yeah, so Jeff told him that I was dead, and then he reached out to me on Instagram again because like he was like, if he's dead, it doesn't matter,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Whatever. And I've spent a bunch of money recently, and I'm kind of low on money, so I texted him back, and I was like, $200 fart videos, no questions asked. And then we basically worked out a deal where I sent him 7 fart videos and then an audio fart story where I talk about what I eat to make me bloated enough to fart. It was like a 2-minute audio story.
Yeah.
All of that $500, any Venmo be.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're trying to get out in front of it right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like if any of the videos if he like leaks them or whatever, it's just me farting.
You know, you can't get canceled for this sort of thing.
Talk about getting caught with my pants down, dude.
Talk about getting caught with my pants down in a flame next to my butt and pushing air out of my ass.
But yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you went to 2 very public podcasts that a lot of people listen to.
Yeah, that nobody. Yeah,
I'm sure.
A total of like 8 listeners.
Noob Assassin, you have 9. Noob Assassin, you have one job: is to get the information out there to the people that Jacob is a good man.
He's your PR manager. He's also my PR manager.
Noob Assassin Jacob's a good man. He needed some money.
Literally.
Well, that's cool. Is there anything else going on?
No, I'm going to Florida next week for a festival to sell pins.
Music festival.
Yeah, music festival.
You sell pins.
Yes.
That's like one of your jobs.
One of the jobs, yeah.
Cool. And you live. Jacob lives in a van. Well, no, he doesn't. He has a van that he can live in.
Yeah, yeah. I half live in Atlanta, and then I'm going on the road in like May again.
Yeah.
So
nice.
yeah.
For how long?
Until November.
That's a lot. That's what you did last year, isn't it?
Yeah, last year I left around June, and then I traveled until October.
Oh, so you gave up. You quit.
Yeah, but this one is going to be like 6 months.
Yeah, you couldn't handle it.
No, well, it's fucking hard, dude. It kind of sucks.
Just going for, and you, how do you finance it?
Through pins.
For videos.
Yeah, for videos. Yeah. And then also I have like a remote job that I work part-time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like an office admin.
Okay.
/ like email marketing thing. I sell Ozempic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, do you get free samples?
No, I mean, I wish, but because like that shit is like super fucking.
Do you really sell Ozempic?
Yes.
Okay, cool. How'd you?
Well, I work for.
So you're gonna go to jail one day.
No, because I'm just doing the email marketing. I don't like.
True.
Just like I try to get people to get on it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Should I get on it?
No, I think I should get on it. I've been getting fat as shit, dude.
You have been?
Yes.
You look wider.
I do. I am wide, dude. I was talking.
Can you get fat in your bones?
No, well,
I think your bones might be getting fat.
Dude, I've been lying to myself, and I'm like, well, I'm going to the gym every day, and muscle weighs more than fat.
Are you really?
Yeah, because like that's why I love going to the gym. But also, I've just been eating like fucking shit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but you probably have a better metabolic rate.
I have a good metabolism, and my bones are bone all the way through. There's no marrow.
There's no
marrow.
Hollow bones.
No, there's no marrow in them.
So it's just there's
bone all the way through. You know the delicious marrow part?
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't born with it.
Have you ever eaten marrow?
No, wait.
Like when you have like a steak, if you have like a lamb, like a lamb chop, there's like a bone.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the thigh or something.
Yeah.
And then you suck it out.
It's
Oh,
pretty
it's
good,
so
right?
good. Oh, it's delicious.
That's something that people say it's good, but there had to be one guy who tried it first.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?"
And he's like, "Have you eaten it before?"
Marrow?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. Maybe.
It's so good.
Is it like buttery?
Yes, dude.
What?
It's so like it's like soft rubber almost.
When I was a kid, I did love eating the erasers off pins.
Oh, dude, you're gonna love bone marrow.
I don't understand what the purpose of bone marrow is. Oh, I'm gonna love bone marrow. Oh, damn it! I meant to hit the air horn.
That's the air horn, but it's like pitched up like 3 times.
Yeah, you want to hear all my sound effects?
Do another one. I already heard that one.
So that's the applause sound effect. This is like, if like a black guy says something cool.
Like a black little person.
No, this is an air horn that inhaled in helium before. That's cool. That's like Funky DJ.
It kind of sounds like the Doom soundtrack.
No, it doesn't.
Don't bring that into this.
Oh, I mean, that's a bad observation. This one's good. Like alien had sex with a computer.
That sounds like lo-fi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see the alien thing. It's like an alien coming inside of a computer.
Yeah. And I can add on my own, but wait, we're not done yet. Game show.
That's a nice one.
Or is it like game show or like a sitcom?
If somebody like talks about their trauma and then at the very end, anyway, he came up to me and he asked me to show him my penis in the bathroom, and I had no other choice because he was blocking the door.
Jacob, that's awful. That's
Nice.
similar to the one from before.
Yeah. You have 2? Is this like a 14-minute?
This is just one that doesn't stop.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But you really just pump it up. I mean, the crowd is going wild. Literally wild. They won't stop. Okay, please, guys, please. It's just a normal sized penis. It's not. That's if I did pull out my penis.
Yeah. Please, everyone's cheering for you to pull out your penis, and then you pull it out, and is that okay?
And that's after a joke you tell.
Who was the Atlanta comedian that does the thing where is it Caleb Synan?
Caleb Synan?
Caleb Synan. Fuck.
Yeah.
Where he puts people's he like finds their comedy videos on YouTube, and then if he's like driving them to a show before they get in the car.
No, that's Gilbert.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
Gilbert? Oh, okay. Yeah, and then he's like, this guy sucks.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's just like playing it.
Gilbert Lawand, hilarious.
He's so funny.
Very fun to watch. He'll riff himself into a hole and then riff himself out of the hole.
Yeah.
Sean Patton. He had Sean Patton. Did you hear this?
Oh, was
He
it
had Sean Patton in his car.
It was the set list thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'll make a set list for hanging out with someone.
That's kind of like, it's like a magic trick almost, where you do like a bunch of shit and then you go open the glove box.
It is. I mean, you have to. I couldn't act normal. I don't think about that working out.
Yeah, if you tried to do what he was doing.
You have to have a lot of faith in your how much fun you're having.
Yeah.
You have to have faith in the bit you're doing.
Because imagine if it like bombs.
Yeah,
the
imagine
entire
if
time.
Sean pulled out a gun.
and then killed himself.
I was gonna say killed Gilbert, but if Sean thought it was such a good Sean Patton. If he thought it was such a good joke, he just shot it. He's like, I'll never be able.
I'll never be. Yeah. That would be fun.
Blood would be on Gilbert's hands, literally on his. Well, probably all over his body.
Yeah,
Depends which way he shot it. If he shot himself this way, if he's in his car, blood would go that way on Gilbert. If he
Yeah.
shot himself this way, blood would go over the windshield.
I've always thought, what if somebody shoots themselves and then he's like, they're right next to like a pregnant lady's belly,
Yeah.
and then it goes through their head into the belly.
Three people with one bullet,
Yeah.
like 2 birds with one stone. But
3 people with one 9mm bullet.
what if it was a 50 caliber sniper?
It's a sniper. It's a Desert Eagle.
That would just blow your head up, wouldn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
You made me think of this. Casey Rocket did he's one of the new Kill Tony
Regulars.
He did a joke about JFK killing himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and about it being some conspiracy theory. But I had a joke about doing. It was when I first started. It was here's my impression of JFK, and it was like it was a conspiracy theory that JFK had killed himself. It was like, Jackie, I swear to God, if you don't stop yapping, I'll blow my brains out in Dallas, Texas. So and then Casey Rocket did something similar.
Oh, I've had that happen a couple of times where like
Someone stole your joke.
well, I have like a throwaway joke or whatever, and then a way bigger comedian has a similar idea.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, whatever.
Sometimes people say jokes, and I'm like, I feel like I've had a thought like that before, and I thought it was stupid, and I thought people would think it's dumb.
Yeah.
But then this guy said it, and it was good.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to trust myself more.
Yeah, probably.
Do you ever feel like you need to trust yourself more?
Yeah, and then also a lot of my jokes, like I have like such a short attention span that I do them, and then I don't really work on them. Like if it doesn't work immediately, I don't like keep trying to like, even though I might think it's like a good idea.
Yeah,
I just kind of like give up on it.
I only recently I did that Skull open mic residency thing. And I was working on jokes like mic after mic, like trying to work on stuff more.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like giving up on something.
Yeah, especially if you have like a solid like audience, but it's not like a rare enough occasion where you have to do your best stuff. Yeah, that's like a good residency idea.
Yeah, but now it's over, and I'm probably gonna. Comedy's probably over for me.
I was telling somebody last night, I was like, I can't wait until I get the balls to quit comedy.
Yeah. I mean, what would you do though if you quit?
I don't think I will.
I can't.
No, it's like a dysfunctional addiction. But also, I've told myself like I think I'll keep doing comedy until I die.
Probably me too. Because I'll like this week especially. I had that. I do have like I get kind of like an emotional hangover because I had that Skull that thing, and then it was over. And then this week I've been like I just fucked off kind of.
Really?
I didn't do a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was like, I wasn't burnt out, but I was just like, well, now what?
Right. You were like, I hit the pinnacle. I was doing
open mic residency.
I was doing 3 mics a week.
But it's like you work so much for some things and then you get them and then it's just done.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how empty must you feel after you film a special?
Dude, that's like a big thing about like every walk of life is that like apparently like Olympians and shit, like after they like if they win gold, like Michael Phelps or whatever, he said that he was like suicidal after he fucking won.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
That's why you should have a stockpile of OxyContin or something.
to make it better.
Just to take once you're done so you can like not think about it. OxyContin or Xanax or I don't know. What's the best drug to make you forget? You could just drink and do a blackout, but it makes you feel like shit.
And it's too damaging.
That's what I love about painkillers is that you don't feel like shit.
I had like a lot of friends who got really into painkillers, but I never fucked with them that much.
Well, you're not that cool.
I was more into like amphetamines. That was like better for me.
Amphetamines are more productive.
They're more, and also like, I love like I had a prescription Adderall for like whatever, like 10 years.
Yeah.
But like the feeling of like being high on amphetamines, which is great, but also completing things on amphetamines.
Yes.
That's like a double good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I on one of my relapses, I was smoking meth and doing tasks on meth is great.
Oh my God, dude.
Because Adderall and meth are very similar. It's a similar like if you because you can do Adderall, do a little bit and be like functional, like just like have energy. But if you do enough, you're high.
What do you mean like what's enough?
Like a threshold amount.
Like do you like a milligram amount? Do you know?
10, 15 milligrams, you're probably like you feel good.
Yeah.
But like 30 milligrams, like instant release. You're like it kind of gets you high.
Yeah, yeah.
If you took 60 milligrams of Adderall, instant release, you would be high as fuck.
I used to do like
Adderall makes you high.
When I was I used to like in high school, I wouldn't take I wouldn't take Adderall during the summer, but like during the school year, I was like obviously on Adderall. But I remember of my senior year, the first day of my senior year, I hadn't taken Adderall for like 3 months over the summer, and then I took double the dosage because I was like, oh, it's just be fun, and I was on 30 milligrams, so I took 60 milligrams. And I was like, I used to draw a bunch.
You're flying.
Yeah, I was like really high, but I used to draw like all the time, and, like on Adderall. And I remember I drew for like 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
And the next day, my back was like fucked up because I was in the same position just drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that for meth times 100. So
Michael Phelps, just take meth.
take meth. You can swim better.
You can. You
You'll
can.
swim better. Go swim, fish boy. Have fun swimming.
Have fun swimming on amphetamine.
Why did we give a fuck about swimming?
I don't know.
Swimming's dumb.
What about curling?
Yeah, some of these sports, it's like that. I mean, if you're an Olympic athlete, sorry, hot take. If you're an Olympic athlete and your thing is curling,
Fuck you.
boy, have fun getting rich off curling.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think they get rich.
Yeah.
I think it's all for the glory.
That's one of my problems. I think about money too much.
Yeah.
I wish I just didn't care about money.
Do you think about money a lot?
Yeah, I think about winning the lottery a lot.
Really? Do
Yeah.
you get scratch tickets?
I go through periods where I buy them and then I don't.
Have you ever won anything?
Yeah, I won $5 million.
What's the most that you've ever won on a scratch?
Nothing.
Really?
Oh, like a scratcher?
Yeah.
$3 million. $100 million.
100. It was gone the next day.
Well, I just didn't. I like playing the lottery so much. I said, no, thank you.
No, thank.
I don't want
This
the
is
money.
for the grind,
Give it-
actually.
The grind of playing the lottery.
Yeah. I don't do it for the money. I do it.
I got
for-
that grind set when it comes to every aspect of my life. I never want to achieve. I want the feeling of working towards an achievement.
You have like a box full of your favorite pennies that you like scratch off the scratch tickets with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play, but I think about winning the lottery a lot, mainly because I just don't like working.
Yeah.
I wish
But-
I just want like $1 million.
But also, I feel like if you come into like I've read so many stories about people who win
Yes,
the lottery.
it's horrible for you.
Yeah, you like you destroy relationships, you become a piece of shit.
I would probably go back to drugs and alcohol immediately.
Yeah, dude.
It's just like, because you're working for money almost every day of your life.
Yeah,
And it's just like, once you have that freedom, what does money afford? Time and
freedom.
freedom.
Yeah,
So once you have time and freedom, next is bloodlust, I guess.
or sex or what, like whatever. Yeah.
That's why billionaires do bad things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like because it's kind of like if you win like $5 million, it's like you're kind of like on God mode.
Yeah, I would have to, if I came, I'm putting this out into the universe. If I ever come into an amount of money, make it enough where I'm not good for the rest of my life. I can just chill for a little bit. Like, I just want $200,000 so I can chill for a year or two
Yeah.
and have fun.
Yeah, but also it's like I feel like I've always like wanted. I'm like, damn, I want to make like six figures, but I feel like my spending habits right now. I feel like you have to fix your spending habits and how you like interact with money before you get that much money.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my ice cream budget is about half.
It's 1.5 million a year.
It's so I spend a lot of money on ice cream, and then the important things: gas, electricity.
Do you actually you eat ice cream a lot?
Yeah, I just buy ice cream and don't even eat it.
No way.
I buy
Just
it
for the
throw it in
grind.
trash. Yes, the grind and buy ice cream. I'm on that.
I'm on the ice cream buying grind. I'm ice cream maxing right now. I'm totally dairy pilled. I've heard that opiate users love ice cream.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
is that?
Yes. Because when it's the sugar. It's just the sugar.
I thought that it was like
It's the sugar and it makes you cum.
I
Ice cream
heard
makes you
that
cum.
there was like a chemical within dairy
so.
to like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
like almost like simulate an opiate response or something like
Yes,
that.
that's why in like Kensington, the
Yeah,
beautiful town, the street of Kensington Ave.
Yeah, in Philadelphia.
Yeah, people will buy ice cream and then go and sell it to the fentanyl addicts.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like
Yeah.
there's like documentaries and shit. There's like people who make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, off selling ice cream.
That's wild.
But you need like a refrigerator bag.
What?
You need like a freezer bag so the ice cream doesn't melt.
Oh, yeah.
Or you
to
got to sell it really fast.
Yeah, you do have to sell it really fast.
I guess that would be like an ice cream truck.
That's so funny to have like one of the dark, like fentanyl is like the darkest thing of our society.
Yeah.
And then they're also like, well, we love ice cream though. It's like a sort of a black and white.
You know who I think's behind the fentanyl crisis?
Who? China?
Ben and Jerry.
Ben and Jerry.
Yes.
That is, yeah.
Okay. And maybe that's a new joke.
You,
Could be Ben and Jerry's behind. I'll write it down. Maybe it'll be nothing. Maybe it won't. But you can't take it. You heard it here first.
you don't know unless you try.
That's what they say about most things.
And then you do it once and you're like, nah, never mind. And then you hear Joe Rogan on it. He's like, ice cream.
Ben and Jerry behind fentanyl crisis.
Have you ever done fentanyl before?
No. But I'm sure it's
scary.
great.
I bet it is scary.
It's
great.
I have a friend. He was doing a lot of heroin before he came into recovery this time, and he was getting heroin, but it was all fentanyl.
Really?
Yeah. He was saying one time he did it, and then he took a standing up shower for 6 hours.
Jeez.
But he woke up in his shower 6 hours later.
And his like hands were just old, wrinkly.
He was one big prune. Yeah, his whole body was pruny.
I mean, you had to run out of hot water, right?
I don't know.
Damn.
He didn't tell me that part. Yeah, that's my question. Not like, are you okay? Did you run out of hot water?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Did you run out of hot water?
Well, I'm just like thinking that like
yeah.
even if you're like high on fentanyl, I would assume that like once it's like ice cold water.
Yeah. No, fentanyl just puts you out really quick. Fentanyl is crazy. Fentanyl is to our generation that that AIDS is to, but AIDS wasn't killing people like
AIDS was killing people.
Yeah, right.
No.
Who?
Gay people?
Prove it. Prove it.
It was big in the gay community. You think that they were just faking?
Yeah. And then they would kill themselves. It was a bit.
I mean, there was a crack epidemic of the 80s.
Yeah, but people weren't dying as...
Yeah, that's true.
Crack makes you live longer, it seems like.
Yeah, or actually live more fully.
Yeah, I mean, yes, to an extent, I guess. But fentanyl is it's this new thing that is... I wonder when they invented it. And then there's stronger car fentanyl, which is even stronger than...
Car fentanyl?
Yeah, it's fentanyl for cars. Well, you got to have a car surgery.
You have a Buick and it's just like leaning over. It's like slumped over.
It's surgery. When you got to do surgery on a car. There's car fentanyl. There's just... Why are they coming out with more stronger stuff?
But what is car fentanyl? It's like fentanyl.
Even stronger fentanyl.
Fentanyl on fentanyl?
Well, it's got to be fentanyl for horses or something.
Maybe that's what ketamine. Well, ketamine is
but ketamine doesn't kill you.
Yeah, ketamine is like a tranquilizer for horses.
But do you like subscribe to, or like, do you like, I don't know what the word is, not like, but are you into the conspiracy that fentanyl is like, they're putting fentanyl in all our drugs to kill us? Like China is putting fentanyl, like they're sending all the fentanyl to Mexico, and then the Mexican cartels put it in the cocaine and stuff to kill us quicker.
I think that it's probably like a multifaceted thing. I think
it's probably one thing.
No, it's just black and white thing.
I'm believing most things in life are black and white.
Yeah, there's no nuance to anything at all.
No, definitely not.
No, I think that, I mean, obviously fentanyl is like very fucking, when you make a bunch of money off of it, why can't I think of the word? Lucrative, yeah.
But it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, that is true. But also, I do believe that, I mean, yeah, I think that China is like, of course they would want that to do that. Because,
really?
Yeah, because like, are you aware of like the opium wars in like the 1800s?
Yes, yeah.
Dude, it, like, to fucking China's credit, like the British Empire purposely got the Chinese addicted to opium so they could sell, because like the Chinese were like, they were like in the power position in like the international trade, because they had, I think they had like salt and spices and shit. And so they had like really like expensive goods, but the only way that the British could like even the playing field is get everybody addicted to opium. So that's literally what they did.
Yeah, but they're not being very fair about it. They're killing us. Opium wasn't killing people.
Well, yeah, probably not. But it definitely degenerated their society for sure. I mean, there was opium dens and shit.
Yeah, but those looked fun. Do you see the paintings?
Yeah.
There's no fentanyl dens. The fentanyl dens are Skid Row in Los Angeles.
I guess there are fentanyl dens, but it's just everybody's dead.
Opium dens were comfortable. They had pillows everywhere.
They did have and they had those long pipes that you could just smoke opium.
Pipes.
Oh, dude.
They looked clean.
If I was going to do any opiate, it would be opium.
Yeah, you've done an opiate before though.
Yeah, I've done like tramadol.
No, that doesn't even count.
Really?
You've never done hydrocodone?
Mm-mm. I've done meth, accidentally, like MDMA, acid, mushrooms, coke, whatever, but I never really.
I've sucked dick accidentally.
No, but were opiates like your main thing? No, what was it?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like a garbage head.
Yeah.
Is that falling apart?
No, I just like touching it.
It's like, that's a really cheap one.
That's good.
No, it's cheap.
No, it's good.
That's bad. The problem is it does turn into a gun and shoot the
Oh,
audience
it is
member
on
at the end.
fentanyl.
Just everything.
You really?
Anything. The last few relapses, I liked painkillers.
So you're like it would be like a poly addict.
Yes.
You're like polyamorous.
Yeah. It's just garbage head is the scientific term. It's what scientists would call
You're
it.
in recovery and they're like, you're a garbage head.
Yeah. No, people just say garbage head because it's just like anything. But it was like my cycle for a little bit was drink and then go buy crack.
Yeah.
And that's exhausting. Crack and cocaine are so exhausting. And the hangovers are so brutal.
Yes.
Cocaine
yes.
hangovers suck.
Dude, cocaine hangovers are the worst.
They're the worst. And I was just like, I hate this. And then I started doing painkillers. Like, these are just so much more. I can just go to bed.
Yeah.
And there's not really a hangover.
And when you're doing, like, especially if you mix alcohol and like Coke or crack,
yeah.
it's like
it makes a new chemical in your body.
It makes a new chemical, but also I think that it's more of a liability because you're like probably more crazy.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing painkillers, like you can just chill.
You go to bed at a decent time.
Yeah. That's probably part of the reason why they're so addictive.
Not up till 6 a.m. Yeah, because you get to work the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because painkillers are the drug for like the hustler, the grinder.
I feel like that would be like meth, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you want to grind it that kind of way.
If your grind is just sleepy time.
I'm sleep maxing.
I'm sleep maxing on opiates right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get more coffee. While I do, say something. Fill the space.
Could I get some more coffee?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? A part of the Subconscious Worm podcast. We're talking about opiates and fentanyl. I believe that fentanyl is actually a good thing. I was lying to Taylor earlier, and I said that it was like it's bad for our society, but honestly, it's kind of like with anything else, where you just take it in moderation.
Welcome back to the Are You Grabbage podcast. This is trash podcast.
This is trash. What is I'll talk about that later. Whatever. Have you ever done nitrous before?
Yes, I loved it. Well, there was a period I lived in Clarkston for a little bit.
Where's Clarkson?
Up your butt.
And around the corner.
You fucking idiot.
I could not imagine you on crack, dude.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty awful. Well, it's not.
Are you as silly on crack?
No. It's. No, I don't know.
What do you like on crack?
High. I don't know. It's hard to answer this question.
We could just try some.
I know. The only way for you to know is for us to do it.
Yeah. Do you want seriously? No.
No. It's because it's not fun to be around someone on crack because you just want to. I don't know. Shelley Gruenberg picked me up once when I had a pretty bad crack relapse and I was smoking crack in her car. And there's like, it's just like Coke, but it's hard to really. No, I'm not as silly. It's pretty sad.
I've heard that crack is like this. I heard this from another comic in Denver who smoked crack on a regular basis. So he was probably pretty biased, but he said that crack is healthier than cocaine.
It's your nose isn't clogged.
That's true.
I hate that part of Coke.
Yeah.
Your nose being just horrendously destroyed.
Yeah, that is. I've done like I don't do Coke anymore or whatever, but I've like done Coke until like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And and you're literally like incapacitated till like 6 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I'd like an IV of alprazolam, please.
Yeah, literally.
I was just like Xanax now for the next 2 days.
Dude, I can't like when I'm.
It fucks your brain. It just fucks you.
Yeah, and it's like
fucks me.
I don't like. Usually, I don't smoke weed or whatever.
Yeah.
But I cannot go from like a Coke high to sobriety. I have to have like some sort of buffer, and so usually for me, it's weed
Or a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Booze.
Yeah, but also it's like you're drink. Like for me, it's like whenever I'm doing Coke, I'm drinking anyway.
Yeah, it's a horrible cycle.
Yeah, so I can't just like get way more drunk
Yeah.
and then pass out because then my body would be fucking destroyed.
Because you want to do cocaine again.
Yeah, literally, it is like a vicious cycle.
So, yeah.
But you liked nitrous?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So COVID was, COVID really like kind of is when drug addiction was probably not the worst for me, but is when I first like got, it was a bad period, COVID, because I was ordering drugs off the dark web.
Yeah.
And like COVID happened, and it was like I have a choice now. I have all this free time. I can try to be sober through this. At the beginning of COVID, I tried to be sober and like I'm gonna run every day and then I just started drinking. I was like, why would I do that when I could just get,
How long were you trying to be?
it was like 2-week period where I was like doing kind of well.
Like so by like April 2020, you were just like fucking.
It was April was pretty like a lot of just drinking and doing dark web drugs.
Damn.
But it was still fun. I still romanticize that time. Like that was fun.
Yeah, well, because especially during the pandemic, like everything was like shut down. Everybody was kind of chilling. You were getting government checks, whatever. Yes. And so like, yeah, I was the same way. Like I drank a fuck ton during the quarantine.
Because to answer your question, if I couldn't find crack, I would go to a like adult shop and just buy
the canisters
and do 50 nitrous things in one sitting.
God, dude.
And then just be like, I don't feel so good.
Oh, my brain hurts.
I have a tummy ache in my brain.
That's really I love nitrous.
Yeah, it's fun. It's weird. It's disorienting. It's strange. Have you ever done nitrous and like also other drugs?
I don't think so. I've been like drunk and done nitrous.
I did so much nitrous. I was doing coke and then also doing nitrous, and I probably was doing some kind of downer. Special. Yeah, I was doing some kind of downer, and Steve-O was there. Steve-O sold me the nitrous. But I like hallucinated having a conversation with my brother.
Really?
Nitrous can get very psychedelic.
That's what I heard from Steve-O is that when he was like doing coke and like nitrous all the time, he would have like literal visions of people being there. That
happened to me. And I hallucinated having a conversation with my brother. Because you know how you kind of come out of nitrous slowly?
Yeah.
Because it's weird because your vision goes away.
Yeah, but you feel it like really intensely for like 10 seconds or 15, and then you have like a daze for like, I want to say like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I swore I like had a conversation with my brother and I came out of it slowly and it's just like, oh, he wasn't there.
So you had a conversation, was it right after you inhaled the nitrous and you were like peaking on the nitrous and you had the conversation?
Yeah, I guess, but I probably didn't say anything, but like if I had the feeling, I thought I saw my brother, because the hallucinations on nitrous are very like, they're not like, oh, it's not there. It's like, it's almost like a dream.
That's like I did when I went to the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah.
And
first time you had gay sex.
The first time I had gay sex with a Juggalo.
Yeah.
Day 4.
Yeah.
No.
That was his name, Dave before?
Day before. No, there was a Juggalo named Fago Warrior. But no, it was like the weirdest day. It's like, it's hard to explain, but like, I remember I was like very conservative with my nitrous. Like I did like 1 or 2 balloons a night. Yeah,
and then you would wear a MAGA hat.
Yeah. And then I would start talking about the wall when I was like on high on nitrous.
You get sober. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, you sober and you're like holding a burning cross. No, but like it was weird because like I would do like 1 or 2 balloons a night. During the day I would be like sober. Yeah. But I remember I did balloons with my friends, and then it was like it was like a nostalgia. It was like a thing that I had experienced before, even though it was like a completely new situation. And then the next night I did the same thing, almost in the same location, and it literally felt like no time had passed since like the 2 nights. I don't know. It was like weird, hard to explain.
It is hard to explain, but it feels like nitrous. It's a dissociative. So ketamine is a similar experience. Ketamine is a dissociative. I tried to K-hole once, and I just laid in my bed spinning, and I didn't K-hole. It was very weird.
Did you ever do like ketamine on a regular basis?
I was ordering ketamine off the dark web.
Dude, I wish that we knew each other during that, because like I would probably do some of the things that you were doing.
I was doing ketamine because this dark web site I found, it had ketamine, 2CB, acid, coke, ecstasy, meth.
Were you using Tor? Like
the onion brand.
The onion, yeah.
I was using Tor, the onion, and this one website, you didn't need to have like a PHP or something. I forget what it's called. But these other websites would require you to have a P something P. And this one didn't, so I could just order. But then I tried to order Valium for someone one time, and it never came.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave me money, it just never came. But there was one website that worked for me for some reason.
Is there like a process if you pay for something and you don't get it to like get your money back?
You just don't get the money back.
But you're doing it with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gone.
You should have just held on to that Bitcoin, dude.
I had like
$100.
I would put in money and immediately spend it. I didn't have
yeah.
A big Bitcoin stockpile or anything.
That's why. So you were using 3 different sites.
Use Tor, and then the other thing, and then you just go onto the website through Tor. And I would just go on Reddit, and it would list all the
the
dark
different
web markets.
Damn. Yeah, that's why. You said that you got like coke off the dark web?
Yes.
And was it good?
Yeah.
And how much did you get?
A pound.
A pound of cocaine.
A pound, just 25 grand.
Just with the 3 million lottery dollars that I won.
No, I just got a gram.
Damn.
And they would send it in a Looney Tunes Christmas card. And this was during the summer.
Yeah.
No, this was because it was March, April, May.
Yeah.
So this was during April.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But it would come in a Looney Tunes Christmas card, but it was in Dutch because it came from the Netherlands.
Wow.
Yeah. And it would come in this like plastic that was reflective. So that's how it got through customs, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And a lot of times, one time the 2CB was just all smashed up. There were little presses, but they got all smashed up.
Oh, like pressed pills?
Yeah.
Wow. And so it was just a powder?
Some of them weren't smashed up, but some of them were smashed up.
2CB is not N-bomb, is it?
No, 2CB is like it's like acid and MDMA combined. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever tried acid, it was 2CB.
Yeah,
and not in high school.
It's fun. It's different. It's like you're not rolling, you're not tripping, you're a bit of both.
Can you get 2CB like on paper?
Yeah.
Because that's what I think. Because I remember I took acid and it started bubbling on my tongue.
Yeah,
and that's like apparently that's not real acid.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but for like years after that, I was like, I thought that I was smart, and I was like, if somebody's ever doing acid and that shit's not bubbling on the tongue, that's not acid.
That's not acid.
Yeah,
did it bubble on your tongue? No, it's not a pop rock.
Yeah, no, but it was it was fine. I mean, it had a fun trip, I guess.
Yeah.
But you can like overdose on that, can't you?
I don't know.
Oh.
Not me. And listen, I've only been, I feel like close to overdosing one time where I had combined a bunch of shit. And then I felt like there's one, I just like couldn't talk. Like I was talking really slow. And
what did you combine?
Just like painkillers and crack.
Oh,
and
like a speedball.
Yeah. And I was just like talking slow. And like my friend was saying like, oh, your heart was slowing down. It's like, maybe. I don't know. Were you there? Are you a doctor?
Didn't you say that you had you thought you were having a stroke or something?
Yes, in Atlanta. After I graduated high school, I came here to visit we were driving down to Florida, me, my mom, and my brother, and all 4 of our dogs, and our lizard, and also just a few horses. Just a few horses.
In a fucking compact car?
Yeah, quit asking about it.
Just a baby horse?
Just a baby horse. And then an adult horse. And then a really old horse. And the really old horse was cranky. So.
But what happened?
And an Iron Man costume.
And a brick.
And a brick. The brick, brick is kind of like, you just put it on top. It's a fun game.
On top of the horse.
Yeah, it's fun games. Like, will the brick fall off of the horse? That's a fun game I like to play, is put a brick on top of my car on the highway, see if it falls off.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
So, okay.
But what was the thing that you were mixing?
What were we talking about?
You having a stroke?
Oh yeah, just 25I, which is an N-bomb.
That is N-bomb,
and then smoking weed.
Okay.
And then on the come down, I just thought I was having a stroke.
Yeah.
And then I went to college and I would smoke weed, and I thought I was having a stroke every time. It would just make the right side of my body feel bad.
I think that's also like, I've had the same, like, I mean, I used to have that on weed all the time where I'd have panic attacks. I kind of like kept smoking and got past it. But like, dude, I've had that same thing where I called, like, I had a panic attack. I thought I was having a heart attack, and I called the fucking ambulance.
Call the president.
I called the president. It was Obama at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, my fellow Jacob, you are being an idiot. No, but yeah, I like.
Jacob. Oh, you're being. I don't.
No riff.
No, I got self-conscious about my Obama.
Yeah, my Obama's dog shit.
My fellow Americans.
Do you need me to call in a drone strike?
Yeah.
No, but so like it was the same thing where I called the operator, and she was like, are you sure she was like, how old are you? I was like, 21.
Yeah.
And she's like, did you smoke any weed? I was like, yeah, but that's different. That's not, it's not, I'm having a heart attack. It's different.
You idiot.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Literally, that's kind of what I said to her. And she's like, I'll send it if you want. And then by the time the EMT showed up and they were walking me out to the ambulance, I was like, I really hope I'm having a heart attack. Because if it's not, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And then after that, I stopped smoking weed for like a year.
Yeah. And then they just sent they sent just a van with ambulance painted on the side.
Yeah.
They have a vehicle reserved for people that have smoked too much weed.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even after that, like when I went to the emergency room, they were like, hey, do you want to, here's like some Ativan or whatever. It was like anti-anxiety. And even then I still didn't want to do it because I knew that like I do have like an anxiety disorder, and I know that if I started taking like Xanax or any sort of what is the other word for it?
Benzodiazepine?
But yeah, benzodiazepine. If I started taking that on a regular basis, it would work really well, and I would just get addicted to it.
Benzodiazepines, or some people like to call it God's gift to humanity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that is like I've heard stories of like I used to like fucking snort Xanax and shit during like college.
And that's funny because it's not water soluble, so you're just waiting for the drip.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Which would be the same. It's like the same thing with like if you snort like Adderall beads, like extended release without crushing it up.
Right.
Which I would do in high school, and it was like dumb.
So you're just burning your nostrils for no reason.
Yeah, literally.
And then it just tastes bitter.
And then I would like pick my nose, and there'd be like little beads inside. Yeah, it's so gross.
See your boogers? Like, no, these are drugs.
No.
Are you picking your nose and eating the boogers? Yes, but
there are drugs in it.
I'm not doing. I wouldn't do that normally.
It's a $3 booger.
Selling boogers. I'm selling boogers.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, like, dude, I mean, in college, like, I had so many friends who got so fucking dark on Xanax.
Yeah, it's dark. Benzos are dark.
Yeah.
Because you get seriously addicted, and benzos and alcohol are the two things you can like die from the withdrawal.
Yeah. Because you have to, you can't go cold turkey.
No.
Which is scary because like, I feel like at the beginning, a lot of doctors
put a coat on that turkey. He's cold.
Yeah, exactly. The turkey's having a seizure.
Yeah.
But literally, yeah, I think a lot of doctors at the beginning, before they really knew what it was, they were just handing it out like candy.
What does a turkey do?
I knew, like, your face when you were doing, I was like, he's about to riff.
No. What about a turkey that's addicted to drugs? He doesn't go cold turkey. He has to go something else. Or does he just go like, I gotta quit? And he's like, no, this is ridiculous.
Like he's a warm turkey when he's on benzos, and then he starts freezing.
I don't know. It's somewhere in there. But I was prescribed Valium.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For how long?
Since I was a baby.
Whoa, since you were like 2?
Yeah.
And then what,
No, since I was in high school, I got prescribed Valium. Because my dad was prescribed Valium for anxiety, and then I had night terrors from like middle school up until, I don't get them very much anymore, but sometimes I'll wake up like shaking from adrenaline. And it's just like, I need to do a sleep study, but I'm not a good studier. I'm bad at tests.
Would you like wake up in like cold sweats and shit?
Night terrors, I would wake up even better. I would wake up screaming and running through my house.
Dude, I literally had the same thing when I was a kid.
Okay, copycat. Literally, this is my
story.
Don't pretend. Don't come here. You come to my podcast copying my.
I used to like, I went to a summer camp when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was an overnight summer camp with a bunch of dudes. And
you can say what it is, gay conversion.
It was gay conversion camp. But the same thing happened where like I woke up one night just screaming.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, sorry, I forgot that I do that.
Yeah, it is like I would do it in college. I had a roommate move out on me because 1, I would come home drunk and make a lot of food, but 2, I would have night terrors.
Damn.
And honestly, kind of dick of him to move out on me.
Yeah.
That's fucking hate crime right there.
What if he was Noob Assassin?
Oh,
that could be
Ethan Ennis. Maybe
Ethan Ennis, Noob
Ennis.
Assassin.
Literally,
or Noob Assassin could be Obama.
I want it to be Obama.
Just like during
Ethan Ennis was uncool and we screamed at each other one night.
Really?
Yeah.
While you were having a night terror?
No, came home drunk. I was making food at like 2 a.m. He was trying to sleep, but it's college. What do you expect?
Dude, there's so many shitty things I did in college where I'm like, I look back and I'm like...
Looking back, you're like, that was a pretty shitty thing of me to do.
Yeah,
but
I was a bad roommate.
I was too.
Yeah.
But also Ethan, me and my other roommate didn't enjoy Ethan.
Oh, okay.
Ethan, we'll say Ethan Scarecrow.
I think you already said his full name.
I didn't. So.
That's weird. Going back to night terrors, I used to do really weird things when I was like a kid. I would like wake up and I would sleepwalk and I would pee in random places.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
No, but I would just, well, I will say, Ethan, I am sorry for how I treated you in college. If you, I was a bad roommate. I do admit to that. So,
yeah.
I would just, the worst of it was in high school. I would just get out of my bed and just, my parents said it sounded like howling. And I would just scream running down the hallway, run down the stairs, and my parents would have to jolt out of bed and like calm me down.
Shake you?
Yeah, shake me, slap me.
I think that's like the same thing happened to me.
And it's weird they say don't do that, but it's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, to abuse your child.
Yeah, when he's acting like that.
Yeah.
He's acting like
I mean, it really is the only thing that you can't like talk to him.
You can't, because they say what are the like 3 things in life? Don't shake a baby.
Don't shake a baby.
Don't wake a sleepwalker.
Yeah, don't wait.
Don't say the N-word.
Don't say the
3 things.
Don't do all 3 of those at one time either.
Well, then like a circle opens up to hell or summon the devil.
Yeah, you do it in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
And then a black baby shows up behind you.
Have you seen Dave Patel's new special?
No, I haven't.
It's good. You should watch it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on this right now, but
He was one of the first comedians that I ever listened to because his bits were on my sister's iPod, and so I listened to
his
that.
new special is great. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
He used to have this bit about if men could breastfeed. Did you ever listen to that one?
No.
It was like he was like, if men could breastfeed, like you would. It has to be like it would have to be something manly, you know,
Yeah.
like beer or like
Yeah.
motor oil, you know, or like little parachute army men, like go go go. Dude,
That's so
it's so silly. And when I heard, even when I was like 9, when I heard that, I heard it on a plane and I could not stop laughing, dude.
That's so funny. 'Cause it's so fucking stupid. That's his new special is. Oh, that's so funny. I thought of something when you said that. I was doing a joke for a little bit that was like, hey, what if instead of testicles our balls were little tits and that's how babies got their
Oh, I remember that joke.
Yeah.
That's funny.
David tells us better.
Yeah.
Go.
Go. Yeah, he's a great comedian.
He's very I like his new special more than like his old one. For the I don't even remember what it's called, but his new special I like way more than his older stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Oh wow.
He's a great, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like one of those comics where like I think I've heard stories of him like when there's like lines of people out in front of like the cellar and shit, he'll like put up his hood and just like walk down at like 2 a.m. because he doesn't give a fuck about anything besides like actually doing comedy on
Right.
stage.
That's what it seems like.
Which is like dope.
Yeah. I feel like I care too much about other life things.
Yeah.
I care too much about this podcast, I guess, but that's comedy related.
Yeah.
I guess maybe golf too much. I want to get good at golf. I care too much about
money.
There are things in my life that do distract me from comedy, but there are sometimes like, okay, I got to focus on comedy solely and only. It doesn't matter if I have 0 money in my bank account.
Yeah.
As long as I have comedy.
Yeah. But then also it's like, do you feel like sometimes like,
I feel like you got to have a life too.
yeah, and then you also like I think that if you do comedy too much, you only talk about comedy. Like
Yeah.
you have to like expand your horizon so you have other so you have like material to write jokes about.
And I do think it's okay to like take a break every now and again.
Yeah.
Like a week or, a year.
Yeah.
You can take years off.
15 years.
15 years, just get back into it.
But then there's like insane comedians that are like, if you're not grinding at open mics every night, you're never going to make it ever.
Okay, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, it's like, dude, chill out.
You can chill out a little bit. But I also am like, even though I did kind of slack off this week and just didn't do there is part of me that's like feels guilty about like not getting on stage.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like, I could have got on stage and I don't know what I would have done, but I need to write more too.
Dude,
Everyone needs to write more though.
I traveled recently for like to see my family for like a week.
Yeah.
And I didn't do comedy for like 10 days.
Yeah.
And then it sucks because I went back and I felt like rusty.
Yeah.
And it was like such a short amount of time
Yeah.
where I'm like, damn, if I want to take like a month off, like how shitty am I going to be at comedy when I get back,
Yeah.
So that but it only takes like a couple mics to like get back in the routine,
Yes.
but still it's
Yeah.
kind of a pain in the ass.
That's what I liked about the consistency of the Skull open mic.
Yeah.
It's like a real crowd every night. As
Yeah.
opposed to like, it felt like a show every night. Even though it was only doing 4 minutes. Cause it's an open mic, but it feels more it feels like you get more out of it than like other mics.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's like actual crowd, like real humans. Yeah.
Well, I have to finish a thought on Noob Assassin. Noob Assassin is a listener, and he listens to every episode. And he just started watching after he liked one of my titles.
What was the title?
Break All Your Bones or something. It was like break all your bones, it'll make them stronger. Because I hear like
is that the first episode that he listened to?
I think so.
And then what did he say? He was like, "Hey, great, keep it up."
Basically.
Nice.
Or he'll just like, oh, I talked about like I was having girl problems, and he had gotten divorced. So he was like, make sure you don't lose your boyfriends. Your friends that are boys.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
Your guy friends.
Your guy friends.
You want to keep them because they're important to have boyfriends.
It's so. Have you like actually given thought to who Noob Assassin is? Like, obviously, he's a divorced man.
Yeah, he's a divorced man. No.
Which is kind of cool because that's like that's 100% of your demographic right now is just divorced 40-year-old men. I don't know if he's 40.
I got
Noob Assassin. How old are you?
Noob Assassin.
Noob Assassin, leave a comment down below.
Yeah.
Smash the like button, subscribe, and then
hit the alert thing.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell icon. Hit the login. Well, first hit the login button. Then put in your,
first type in www.youtube.com.
Well, first start up your computer.
Yeah. First go to your computer. Well, first
stop jerking off.
Yeah. First get out of bed, please.
Get out of bed.
And then take a shower.
Drink some water. Take your vitamins.
Take your vitamins.
Go to work.
Go to work so you can afford the computer and the bed.
Right.
And then go back home. Yep. No, get in your car.
Get in your car. Well,
no, you have to get in your car to get to work.
Oh my God. Well, we have to start over.
Oh my God. Okay, get out of bed.
Well, no. Open your eyes. We got to get everything right.
Yeah, open your eyes.
Open your eyes. Rustle around a little bit.
No, breathe.
Yeah, we'll dream.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll actually start the
Wait, no, go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
What are you doing? Go to bed.
Wait, but what is it? No, brush your teeth because before you go to bed, you have to brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Well, you got to jerk off before you brush your teeth.
Yeah, usually I do
then
that.
You can't sleep.
But then, no, eat dinner.
You're right. Yeah, eat dinner.
You got to eat dinner.
Well, wash your hands.
Oh, yeah, wash your hands. But then, okay, drive home from work.
Maybe take off your astronaut outfit.
Yeah.
Because you're an astronaut, obviously. That's who he is.
Wouldn't that be so funny if an astronaut that's like a day job and they just go up to space so like from 9 to 5 and they're like the commute today is brutal.
That's the future is people commuting to space.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you heard about this new thing?
The space traffic.
Have you heard about people doing super commuting? I think Tim Dillon talked about it on his podcast.
No, what is it?
One guy, he lives in Ohio,
but
every Monday he flies to New York and he has a place in New York and then he flies back to Ohio every
weekend.
Yeah.
What's the benefit of that?
He can have a nicer house in Ohio.
That he spends 20%.
He has two families, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
There's a family
clearly.
in Ohio, a family in New York.
So that would be funny if somebody has like a space family and then and then an Atlanta family.
Yeah, because they could be from North Dakota.
Yeah, they could.
Why are they from Atlanta?
Well, because I'm trying to I think the idea of space traffic is pretty funny, and I feel like Atlanta space traffic would be horrible.
Yeah, I mean, where are cities going? Like, okay, right now the big cities are New York, Los Angeles has seemed to is Los Angeles fine or is it bad?
No, I was in Los Angeles over the summer, and I don't like it. It's I mean, I see why people like. There's a lot of comedy and stuff there, but also there's going to be a huge, massive earthquake and then a big tsunami, and also it sucks. And there's a bunch of fentanyl and shit there and whatever.
Right, and
which is fine. Fentanyl is fine.
Fentanyl's fine.
That's
YouTube. Fentanyl's fine.
Yeah, fentanyl's great.
It exists. It's safe and effective. Fentanyl is good for you. It works.
Fentanyl is awesome.
Is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Don't give me a strike.
Have you ever been to LA?
Yeah.
Have you done comedy in LA?
No.
It's pretty good.
I saw who was the mom from that 70s show? Hillary Swank?
Boris Yeltsin.
Yeah, Borat. Borat was the mom. Boris Yeltsin?
Yeah, he was
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
He was the mom. But no, I saw the mom from that 70s show I went to, actually we need to start over. I woke up.
Yeah. Noob Assassin, get to bed.
Noob Assassin, please get to bed. I I've been to LA once to answer your question. I don't need to go into that story.
How old were you?
3.
I like how you make the most ridiculous ages and numbers.
I was 3. I had $20 million just in a briefcase.
Baby.
Big sunglasses.
You're getting off at LAX and you just have a fucking briefcase full of money.
This is goo goo gaga, motherfucker.
You're just dragging it around.
Really heavy, because money was heavier in the 80s.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of coins.
It's gold bars.
Gold bars.
And so 2 suitcases, obviously.
Even 3 million in gold bars is still a lot of fucking gold bars.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah, LA kind of sucks.
So yeah, why I wanted to ask you that question is LA, because the big cities for a long time, if you want to do comedy, were out of the hubs. New York City, Los Angeles, those were the 2 cities. But now you've got like satellite cities that are also. But will there ever be cities that are as big? Like, will Austin ever be what New York City is, what LA was? LA seems to was different than like New York, though.
Yeah, LA is like more for actors and like sort of expressionist type comedy, and then New York is just like straight kind of like writing and just like funny thoughts.
If you have comedy in your bones.
Yeah, you go to New York.
Yeah, and if you have comedy,
if you have comedy in your muscles. Then you go to LA.
If you have comedy in your muscles and you're handsome.
Yeah.
And you have beautiful blonde hair.
Right.
And you're 6'3".
Yes.
And you have like your cum gutters are really defined.
Then LA is your city.
8-pack abs.
And you're able to swim.
You're able to swim. You don't mind dust.
Yeah. Is there dust in LA?
Yo, totally.
There's mountain dust. There's ocean dust.
There's a couple Joshua trees.
There's a Joshua tree. There's a Jeremy tree. I don't like going to Joshua Tree. I'm more of a fan of Jeremy Tree National Park.
I like Cody Tree National Park.
I like Aquarius Tree National Park.
Well, Aquarius Tree. So the big cities.
Yeah, it was L.A., New York. I think those were the big.
Will there ever be like Atlanta? Is Atlanta like? Well, I don't know what my question is. Is it like, will Atlanta ever be, will any city ever be, like, what
on
happens
the level?
To cities? Or does the United States become one big city?
Yeah, it's going to be one big city. I think Chicago's a pretty good comedy scene. Yeah. That's kind of like, there's the A tier, like, which is New York, LA.
Yeah.
And then there's like Chicago, I guess, Denver, Atlanta. That's it.
Keep saying it. I'm going to make sure this is still good.
LA, New York, B tier, Chicago, Denver. I think Austin is like in between B and A tier because everyone famous is there. Yeah. But also, I don't know if it's like a phase. I don't know if it's going to like.
Someone said it could be a bubble.
It could be a bubble. And you were there.
Yeah.
And also, I think that it's just like, dude, I've seen comics go there and they like, when they live there consistently, they just start saying fucking retard all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like,
me and Patrick noticed.
Yeah. But it's
gay and retarded a lot.
Gay and retarded. And it's just like, I feel like when you're in that environment, it's like, oh, who can say the craziest, edgiest shit?
Right. And I was definitely, before I went and visited, I was like 100% going to move there.
Yeah.
And now I have no idea.
Yeah. I still think like, it would be like, Atlanta's great and whatever, but I'm always a fan of like, just trying a new city out.
But you're on the run from the law, obviously.
Yeah. Why don't you just get a van? Why don't you just...
I thought about it, but I think I have too much credit card debt.
Do you?
I think I have too much debt.
No, I don't have any.
To be free.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't have debt, but I'm still pretty low on money.
I know. I could just say fuck it, but I have my truck payment.
Yeah. That's true.
It's the only thing.
Dude, if you like, I bought my van like straight up, like I didn't have any. So like, I've never like put a down payment on a car.
You've never financed anything?
I mean, I've financed like small things like fucking like laptops and shit. Just a house.
Yeah. I just paid off this bad boy yesterday.
Oh, nice. I just financed a briefcase full of money.
Yeah, I just financed money. That's what credit cards are. You're
financing money. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for like 25%.
They're like, we'll give you $25,000 for $50,000.
It is a lot of money.
It is money, yeah.
But where did the cities go? What is the future?
I don't know. I think that LA people are moving out of LA.
Yeah. Moving to where though?
Austin, maybe Chicago, I don't know. But also, dude, I was talking, I want to move to New York eventually.
Yeah.
But like, it's not even to be like, oh, I need to do that to get big. Like, obviously I want as many opportunities and to get as popular as possible, whatever.
Yeah.
But I want to move to New York just because like there's so much comedy that you can do all of the time.
Yeah. I am like, I'm also like, cause my boss, I have no boss. I'm my boss.
Yeah, yeah.
I give myself the day off. My boss gives me the day off a lot.
He runs a pretty loose ship.
Too loose.
I saw that meme that you sent.
What?
I think it was the same thing where it's like I work, I'm self-employed, like I'm my own boss, but my boss runs a pretty loose ship.
Yeah, it's easy to like take the day off. I don't do it a lot, but I've been on a 4-day work week a lot recently.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's also hard when you start seeing someone new and it's like, oh, I just want to hang out with you all day instead.
Yeah, and that's like a big thing, like especially with comedy. I mean, if you're like seeing a comedian, that's different.
That's what's great for me is I'm seeing a comic.
Right. We should go. We should talk about it. Though.
No, it's fine.
No. Say their first and last name. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like when you're in a relationship, like I've had it before where like I get into a relationship, like in Denver or whatever, and then I just start doing comedy less. And then the person is like, oh, you're doing comedy so much. And I'm like, I'm not doing comedy at all, really.
Yeah, it does help that I'm seeing a comic and so she completely gets it.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's also doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
usually when two comics date, it's perfect and there's no issues whatsoever.
No, there hasn't. I haven't had it. It hasn't been. It wasn't tumultuous at all.
Yeah.
It is. People say don't date comics, and now I see why. Even though it's good now, we both see why.
Yeah, I mean, if you're transparent and like whatever, you're on the same page, it's great. But like it does raise like some issues and stuff.
What are they? What do you think they are?
I don't know. I mean, like comic relationships definitely can work. And every comic relationship in Atlanta is perfect. But I'm just talking about in general. I think that like, it's like if somebody gets like more opportunities than you or, if there's like a big falling out and you're still in the same scene, it's kind of like dating a coworker. Yeah. I've never done that. I've never dated a comic or a coworker.
Yeah, I've never had sex. So.
I've never. Yeah, open your eyes and then.
Okay.
Okay. First, open your eyes.
This is our. I love. Did you ever see this meme about? I just thought about this. It's like if I was a billionaire, I would tell all my enemies I woke up at 4 a.m. to get stuff done. I do like that because it is crazy. There are like this whole like hustle culture has been around forever. But I think it's just reached its like.
It's peak. It's
peak.
Yeah.
I think it's reached its peak of like just crazy. Because where does that go from? Like what? You can't go any further than where it is, I think.
I know. I've seen like YouTube or Instagram reels of people being like, I actually wake up at 3:15 every morning. I go to bed at 9. I grind until 9 and then I sleep for 4.5 hours and then I get up.
I just don't think I can do that. I'm not made to grind that hard.
I can't even wake up I wake up at like 10 a.m. every day.
Yes. And that's the perfect time to wake up.
It really is. I set my alarm for 8 and then I snooze until 10.
Yeah, and that honestly feels very unhealthy.
Oh, it's so bad.
Because it's just get up when you're supposed to get up.
I heard that what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to...
Get in a bucket of ice immediately.
Yeah, literally. No, but like...
Andrew Huberman is... Go outside, stare at the sun.
Dude, that's what he said. Yeah, literally. He's like, first of all, you wake up and then you gaslight 6 women.
It's so funny that everyone's in trouble now.
Yeah, I read that, like the surface level of that. What is he in trouble for?
I don't know.
Apparently he was just weird with like 6 women.
Everyone's in trouble.
However, whatever.
Someone talked about it on another podcast. I think he was just like, he got kind of famous, so he got pussy.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, it's like, oh, I'm getting pussy. And then people got their feelings hurt.
Yeah. And then it's like, where do you draw the line with that? You know?
Hurting people's feelings?
Or just like being in a bunch of different relationships. And I guess if you're like not honest with them, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But also that's not like a big enough offense where people are like, oh, he should not be working anymore.
That's not sexual assault.
No. You're just lying to somebody.
I think you were careless with someone's emotions, probably.
Yeah, which people do all the time.
Yeah. You can't, And maybe we're completely talking out of school right now.
We're just projecting towards each other.
Yeah.
If you just completely gaslight everybody around you, it's totally fine. Everybody does that all the time.
And no one's ever been gaslit.
Because you're just insane.
You guys are just acting a little bit emotionally crazy. I don't know what happened with him. I just think it's funny that he says, go outside, stare at the sun, eat grass.
I think it was Andrew Huberman that it was the podcast I was listening to. But I think there's validity in the fact that you're supposed to wake up when the sun comes up.
Yes.
And then
of course there's validity in everything.
And then you're not supposed to look at your phone for like an hour or 2 hours.
Okay, I'm out.
Literally the first thing I do when I wake up at 10 a.m. is just stare directly into my phone.
Well, my phone, this is how I do all my work stuff.
I know.
So.
And it's like, even when you're like posting clips and stuff on like social media is so important for comedians.
Yeah.
But it also fucking melts your brain.
Yeah.
All the time.
I was like posting a clip every day for a week.
Yeah, well, you haven't been posting clips, dude.
This week, I was just tired.
Yeah.
I burned myself out last week.
Yeah.
And I had a bad week. It was kind of a bad week emotionally. So I was just like, and I was sick. So I was like, I can't do anything.
What you were just feeling sad?
Yeah, and then I was sick.
Oh, yeah. I kind of like being sick, though, because it gives you an excuse to not do anything.
And I think I also had an emotional hangover from because I had all those skull spots and then I was just done.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like,
you were like Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I was like Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
And this week I was just lazy.
It would be fun if you became like suicidal after all of those skull spots because you were like, I reached the top.
I reached the peak, which is not the top of anything. I go through phases where I'm posting a lot.
Yeah.
And then I just like lose the motivation to do it.
Dude, I'm the same way. I'm the same way with like actual comedy where like sometimes I feel like I'm on a roll and I'm writing a bunch or like I'm doing new jokes and I'm like, fuck, and I'm doing so many mics. And then like sometimes it feels like I'm fucking trudging through shit where I'm just like, I hate all of my material that works. All my new material's not funny.
Yeah.
And so I'm like in this like limbo of just like being a shitty comedian.
Yeah. Know? And then I'm like, oh, is this what like successful people, does this happen to them? Like does Trevor Wallace?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this Trevor Wallace's life? It seems like he's posting stuff all the time.
I know. It's funny that you use him as an example.
He is posting stuff all the time.
Yeah, he is.
And he's successful.
Yeah, and like other people's work ethic, it's like when you see it, it's like, damn, like, am I just fucking broken?
Am I seeing their actual work ethic, or is it just what they're putting out?
Yeah, but also even if it's just what they're putting out way more stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But also it's like, what is even the validity of that?
But I'm also like, if I didn't have a day job, if my job was comedy podcasting, I would have so much more time just to commit to putting out clips every single day.
Yeah.
Putting out content every single day.
I thought that when I was on the road for the first like 4 months that I was on the road, I was living off savings and I didn't have any other job.
Yeah.
And I thought that I would do that too. And I was working way harder.
Yeah.
But I still had the same fucking brain thing, you know?
Yeah.
Which sucks.
That's why you'll never make it.
I know. I need to start taking Adderall, dude.
Start taking drugs. Drugs definitely solve most problems.
Prescription crank.
That's what, though, there's a new show on, forget it.
On baby.tv.
It's on baby.toysrus.tv.
baby.google.net.baby r/us.
Yeah, I like Toys R Us and all, but you ever been to Babies R Us?
Dude, what happened to both of those stores?
Oh, God. I think they both got accused of sexual assault.
They both exploded.
They both got canceled. Yeah, they both exploded.
I used to go to Toys R Us
Toys R Us
that was the best, but when I was a kid, dude.
I loved toys as a kid.
I know. Toys were awesome.
I loved Legos.
I loved the dinosaur toys.
Yeah.
Like the T-Rex and Velociraptors.
I don't know.
The Stegosauruses, the Bronchiosauruses.
Oh, sorry. I grew up rich. We had real dinosaurs.
Yeah, but I feel like since there's so many iPads now that kids don't even need toys.
I'm really grateful that I did not grow up with like screens.
Yeah.
As much as kids are growing up with screens now, because it's like, do kids even play with toys now, or is it just?
I don't think they do.
Go to your kid job and come home and get your
and post your kid reels, your kid content.
Yeah. No, they work at the kid factory.
They have like a get ready with me, but it's for babies. Have you ever seen those videos where people like do their outfits?
Yes, it's okay. There's all these lanes now on social media that are like, there's hot girl cooking, hot girl getting ready, hot girl. It's hot girl everything though. You got to be attractive for it to take off.
Well, but there's also lanes like you can be mentally unwell, and if you just post all the time, you become famous. There's a guy in Denver. His name is Daniel Larson. Have you ever heard of him?
Daniel Arson?
Daniel Larson.
It would be cooler if his last name was Arson.
He's crazy. I mean, he's just like he went from like foster home to foster home when he was a kid, and he's like insane, and he's mentally unwell, and he gets arrested all the time. But he just posts all the time, and he has like a cult following.
Jesus,
I know, it's wild. But I think that you can make anything. Like you can make money off anything on the internet, like farts or
just to name one.
Just to name one thing.
Reason it's just farts. I think selling farts would work. I'm just saying, if anyone wants to buy farts,
you can, dude.
There are people out there that will sell their farts.
Just hypothetically. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the social media grind all the time sucks.
Yeah. Were you like a funny baby?
I did some bits.
Why you started when you were a baby? Were people
were like, he needs to.
He's a funny baby.
We used to at my house. We used to do Friday night follies, where we would stand. My sister and I would stand, and then also my parents. Like we would do little skits for each other on Friday night because we didn't have any screens.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had TVs.
Me and my brother did something similar. We would, as kids, we were really into Nerf guns, and we would rip off the top of the Nerf bullet and put a tag.
That is not similar
and
at
then
all.
Shoot each other with the Nerf, and it would stick into your skin.
I'm talking about a fun community activity for my family, and you're like, yeah, my brother and I used to.
Shut up. Fucking whatever.
Did you ever have when you were a kid or when you were in school the Hornets with like it would be like a rubber band, and then you'd fold a piece of paper, and then youuld like.
No, but
it'd be like a
that's
slingshot.
Fun.
Yeah,
I think someone did it once, but I also went to a school, Kids Without Fingers. I had fingers. I was enrolled. There was a mix-up at the hospital, and they sent me to the school.
And then you got bullied because they were
had fingers.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, look at your ligaments."
Yeah,
or whatever. What are they called?
They would call me phalanges.
Phalanges.
Yeah.
They'd be like dick hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you got stung.
Taylor dick hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those were fun, like the Hornets. And then sometimes people would bend the metal part of an eraser and then do it.
Jesus.
Yeah, that hurt.
That would hurt.
Yeah.
Damn, that would hurt a lot.
Did you ever do nugging when you were in high school? Where you take
some like bubble gum?
No.
Is it like, do you want some bubble gum?
Yeah,
You
nugging.
show your nuts to someone?
No, it's where you take somebody's backpack and then while they're not paying attention, you flip it inside out.
Oh, yes. People did do it. It's so mean.
It is mean. And then also it got to a point in my high school where they had to like make a rule about it because somebody got nugged and they took this kid's backpack and then they flipped it inside out and they took zip ties on the inside and then like so he couldn't open it and then they wrapped it in duct tape and threw it on the roof of the school.
Not funny.
That is funny.
And then we lit him on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Then we killed his mom.
We killed his entire family. First we ran a very elaborate scheme.
No, first we opened our eyes and then we
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good riff. Oh, well, I guess we can end it there.
Yeah, I got to pee so
You're
bad.
You're pretty podcasted out.
I'm tuckered out.
You're pretty tuckered out.
I'm Tucker Carlson out.
I don't know how people do 3 hours.
People do 3-hour podcasts?
That's crazy. One I can think of.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan does 3 hours.
He does 3 hours.
That's so much time to do a podcast. That's so long.
I know.
An hour is like the ideal amount of time.
Yeah, when I did Patrick's podcast, it was like an hour.
Yeah, and we're like at an hour and a half.
Oh,
which is I usually do an hour.
Yeah.
But I had so much fun.
It was fun.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming on Taylor Neely Show.
Dude, thank you.
Did you have fun?
I had fun. This was a great podcast.
Do you want to say anything racist? This is at the end, so no one.
No, I have an OnlyFans account, Jacob Jonas, where I do cartwheels. You can
That's where
subscribe.
you do all your racist stuff.
Yeah.
Do you really have an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I have an OnlyFans too.
Do you?
I have 2 things posted, and they're both from the day we went shooting.
Really?
Yeah.
But do you charge people? Is it like a subscription?
One is for $3. The picture. No, it's free.
Oh, okay.
I have only one person. It's the comic I'm dating. She's the only person that subscribed to it.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah. Do you want to plug anything?
My OnlyFans, Jacob Jonas on everything. Jacob Jonas on YouTube. I'm going to start posting more videos there. And come to an open mic and, yell at me.
That's what's funny is when you listen to big successful podcasts, it's like, what, you want to plug any dates? And they plug these big dates.
Yeah.
Come on here. It's like,
oh, I have a date.
Me.
April 13th.
Cool. That's the podcast.
Seven Fest, April 13th.
Yeah. If you're in Atlanta.
7 Fest.
Oh, I'm doing the show after the show.
Oh, at Murray's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Murray's house? I thought it was in the street.
No.
Murray told me it was in the street.
Sure. I don't know.
Murray told me it was in the street. Well, first First, that day we're all going to open our eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that has been Jacob Jonas. Thank you so much for
you.
listening, everybody. It's been another episode. We're back to our regularly scheduled programming. This will come out next week, actually, because I have to post the last Austin one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, thank you. As always, Neely Nation, I love you.
Noob Assassin, bye.